Well, hello, my friends. How are you? Good to see you. It's been, man, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks since I did anything. It has been, I tell you, a busy summer. Had a lot going on at work, at home, and I'm actually still got a lot going on because I have to get ready to go on vacation for a week, which will be super fun. I haven't been anywhere in a couple years. Um, as you can see, I am on our um, Rocket Farm Lighthouse from Bioshock. You may notice there's sort of a fog effect now. That's something that I've sort of paired with the Bobby mod to make the transition where it just sort of you can see really far, but the drop off is still harsh. So this sort of eases that drop off. I think it looks better, even though it's sort of got a haze over it. I think it's just a better look than a perfectly clear thing with a harsh drop off. I'd rather have a haze with a soft drop off. If you know what I mean, great. If you don't, well, I mean, just look behind me, I guess. Anyway, what have we been up to? Well, um, nothing really. Except I finished the Iron Farm Tower. Yeah. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Huh? Pretty nice, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Um, let's get a little closer look. Whoa. Whoa. Maybe not that close. Yeah. Now instead of GM, I put CI because I am Captain Incredulous, not General Motors. But you can see it is all finished. The exterior, anyway. I might tweak the interior a bit more. The top section is not quite to scale, but to get the sign with what's supposed to say GM the right scale, I had to make the top section a little bit bigger, and in reality it's probably about 4/5 as tall as it is here. That's just some artistic license I took to get a certain feel, but we can go take a closer look. This blue box, that pink thing, what is that? We'll get to that. We'll get to that shortly. But first, let's finish looking at the Iron Farm skyscraper, the model of the GM Renaissance Center, or RenCen as they call it in Detroit. I also put another few beacons down here. I'll show you those real quick. I have beacon beams turned off because we're going to start having a lot of beacons. It's going to look really obnoxious if we don't. But you can see up by the mini map, the effects are in fact working. Our next build is going to go right here. I was thinking of doing the Detroit Book Tower, as I'd been talking about, to house our villagers, but with the updates for 1.20 point 2, is it? Maybe they're changing, or it might just be an experimental feature. They're changing the way villager trades work, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not going to go into details, but basically, book trades and other trades are now going to be biome dependent. As in, if you want a mending book, you'll have to get a librarian to sell it to you who is located in a specific biome. And some of these are biomes in which villages don't even spawn. I think it's not a good move. I don't like it. It is, I believe, as I said, just an experimental feature now. I hope it stays that way. But I'm all set up. I did a bunch of digging. I'm gonna make it out of end stone. I'm gonna make it out of end stone brick, which is why I have this guy here to make that. And so I went out to the end, and I got a bunch of end stone, as you can see, while I I was actually watching a documentary about the Jim Jones cult while I did that. So that was fun. I guess. But yeah, here's sort of a view from the back of the tower. I will be building the villager trading hall regardless of what happens to villagers, but just making a note there that my plans for villagers might have to be altered some. We can do kind of a fly around here, and we'll go inside. Because I did a few things inside as well. Ooh, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't played chicken. No chicken. What if I throw the egg at you? No chicken. I think I need to turn my render distance down a little bit. I just got the fog thing installed just a couple hours ago, and I haven't really played with it yet. And I think it's affecting my frame rate. Yeah, I'm down to like 7 frames a second. I had upped my RAM a bunch, and that was allowing me to push my render distance further, but I'm wondering if that's the only thing that's changed is the fog mod. We'll pull it back to 48 and see how we do. Already that's a wonderful improvement. We're not up to our normal 120, but we're certainly 55, 60s better. I'm not noticing any drop off here. So yeah, we still have the iron farm as it was. You know, still pumping away iron just like before. I have some lighting under these trap doors. I'm just, you know, sort of a way to hide the recessed lighting, except it's recessed in the floor. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet with these mushrooms. I kind of want to keep them. Maybe I'll build like some little, you know, they have like those like indoor flower beds and koi ponds and things at corporate offices. Maybe we'll do something like that. I'm also going to put the villagers, these guys here, all the ones that buy iron are going to be moved into there rather than into the book tower. We had an incident while I was building this. There were numerous thunderstorms, and the villager in here got turned into a witch, because villagers can turn into witches if lightning strikes them. Now, that shouldn't have happened, because lightning can't strike them if there's a block above their head, which is the whole reason I have blocks above their heads. So there was some sort of glitch that caused this. Now this witch then killed this villager and this villager, and so I of course killed the witch, but I didn't even realize it had happened until I came over here and they were gone. So I still need to get these back, and obviously I need to do it before they make the changes, or I'll, oh man, I have to go all over the place to get them. Unfortunately, it also happened the exact same thing over here, but it happened to the farmers, and farmers are way easier to level up, so I already took care of that. It took all of 10 minutes to do. And I just haven't bothered to replace these villagers and these trades. What's a bit frustrating is on both this world and the last world I played on, Sharpness 5 was the very, very last enchantment I got, and it took me, on one world, the previous one, I think 6 to 8 hours before the RNG gave me Sharpness 5, and on this world I think it was close to 4 or 5 hours before I got it. So That's not a thing I really want to do right now, especially when, you know, I'm about to go on vacation in real life for a week. So we're going to leave that as something to fix maybe once the tower is completed and we move villagers there. Excuse me. Sorry, pardon me, sir. Yes. I will get out of the way. Yes. There you go. Please. My fault entirely. Anyway. So yeah, I'm going to incorporate ooh, chicken or no chicken. Chicken. All right. I made a mini game out of that one time, and so I used to know all the chicken hatching RNG by heart because I had to learn it to make the mini game balanced right. I might recreate it here, but anyway, I think it's a 16% chance you get an egg, so that's why it's fun, because the odds are low. So when it happens, you don't expect it. There's also a 1 in 256 chance, I think, that you'll get 4 chickens out of 1 egg. Anyway, let's walk around here for a minute. I made a water elevator, and this just goes straight up to the villagers up here, so you can trade with them. We have Gareth Reynolds 2 still over there doing his thing with his torch. He's doing a great job. You can stand here and watch the farm work there. A golem just appeared, so you can sort of get a better idea of how it works standing up here if one were so inclined. I need to do something about lighting on this glass floor. I have died slamming into this floor because I forgot that I put it in, much like a bird flying into a sliding glass door thing. Anyway, we have an up, we have a down. It actually takes a few seconds to get up there. It's quite a distance. And why would you come up here? Well, I will tell you. It's for the view. I mean, we can get that just by flying to the top of the building as well, but still, it's the whole point of the game is building. So I built something. These things exist because it's funny. I made them do this. I did this to make the walls pop things out, and if also the walls weren't connecting, because these are stairs, so the walls weren't connecting properly to the stairs, but I put that block in there, and then it forced the wall to connect to the stairs. And then you see these patterns outside, like these little ridges. Those don't happen unless you put a block on the other side. So I did that with iron fences and these blocks up here just to give it a variation. And it's funny, it's not long after I did that, B-Dubs, master builder B-Dubs, demonstrated in depth on his 2 most recent non-Hermitcraft videos, his build-in with B-Dubs videos, as he pronounces them, or I guess that's the affectation he uses. He demonstrated this even more betterly, we'll say. He went into a great deal of the nuances and details of what you can accomplish by placing things in such a way to pull the ridges out of walls and other blocks that function in similar ways, like fences and glass panes, or rather glass panes, I guess. Definitely an interesting watch and worthwhile if you are into detailed building like B-Dubs. He also was using, I thought, was a cool idea that I might take, is gray candles to add detail on iron fences occasionally. I don't think this is the spot I would do that, but definitely something to think about. I lit it with end rods, as you can see. Just went all the way around. And yes, you can drop down there, but much like a bird flying into the sliding glass door, or myself, you will die if you don't pull up soon enough. But yeah. no point to up here except the view, as I said. And it's a nice one. Look at that view. If you jump, you can see our house. Look at that. And I like how I sort of made this flush with the side. That's another thing that dictated its size. Was I wanted it to be flush on the sort of the diagonal of the circle, if you will. It's easier to show what I mean, like up this way. The diagonal of the circle that's right here is what I mean. Yeah. So that's the Iron Farm skyscraper completed. If you'd like, pull up a picture of the GM RenCen and take a look and see how you think I did. And we'll fly away and get a nice look of it in the darkness, all lit up and whatnot. Ooh, flew a little too low. Oh, it's almost sunrise. You better hurry. Yeah, that's pretty. Let's fly back to the lighthouse and see if we can make it before the sun comes up. I think we've got about 10 or 15 more seconds before we start getting the dawn's early light. Well, it's still pretty. So what's that? I said we talk about that. What is this blue box and this pink thing? Well, as you can probably guess and have already surmised, that is the outline of a ship. Yes, a ship. Now, if you have seen my video from the Playhouse SMP where we did the Easter egg hunt and then the base tours, you have seen this ship before. But I came late in the season and I ended up finishing the ship but not the sails, and the whole point of it was I wanted to live on the ship. And I never got to do that. So I'm going to do it here. And I'm going to use a program called Lightmatica, and that's what you see there. That's how I built the nocturnal statue in my last video that I showed you. I kind of explained Lightmatica a little, but I didn't show it any. Let's land on the trees over here. Will we get a good view there? No, that's not a very good view. Yes, this will be a better view. Yeah, so it's going to be there. Oops. If I think I might need a stick for this, actually. Let's go get a stick. Or can I just get one from here? Do we have sticks here? Here's a stick. Perfect. Wonder if I can get these. I missed one. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I got my stick. You have to hold the stick to use Lightmatica. Not all, but some, I guess, Lightmatica commands. So, if I were to, I think, do this, yes, it toggles what level I'm at, so I can do one level at a time, but we can also render the whole thing. There we go. So when it's done, it will look like that. And that's where we're going to live. I've built it before. Again, I did not design it, but I have built it, except for the sails. I didn't finish the sails. So So that's going to be our next project before I do the book tower, because I'd like to know a little bit more about how villagers are going to work before I put a bunch of effort into villagers. I almost said elephant into villagers, but you should never put an elephant into a villager. Yeah, so it's going to look like that. I just sort of have it at that to remind me of placement. So, I can also show you. How do I get there? Yes, this one. No, that's not what I want either. Here it is. All right. Now ignore water bucket, because this presumes that I have to fill in a bunch of water that I don't. That's unfortunately how Lightmatic works. In fact, we'll click ignore. But we need, as you can see, a great deal of material. We need polished blackstone bricks, red nether bricks, dark oak planks, and we're going to need a lot of dark oak for stairs and fences as well. And then the rest is not too terribly taxing. Like the blackstone is, that's not even a full shulker box, and the rest are like half and quarter shulker box amounts of things that are easy to come by. So what I want to do is, of course, before I even start to construct this, ooh, it turned yellow, is I want to gather all the materials, which I'm going to mine all that off camera while I watch Netflix documentaries about, well, not Jim Jones, because I already watched that one, but we'll see what's there. And then we'll build it. Last time I did this, it took me approximately 3 to 4 weeks to collect all the materials, and then it took me about 6 weeks to build everything minus the sales. Now I'm going out of town for a week, and also the collection of these materials is going to require a few things we don't have yet. Hold on. I'm going to take this out of my inventory because you can screw things up with those sometimes. All the blackstone. The way to get blackstone, basically the easiest way, is to mine piglin bastions. But I don't want to mine piglin bastions. I think they look cool. I want to leave them be. I want to explore them. I want to loot them. I want to get into altercations with piglins. And maybe get their heads, because that's fun. But with piglin bartering, there's a random chance that one of the things they'll throw at you when you drop gold in front of them is blackstone. And we can actually farm this, and there's a way to do that. But to farm the piglins, the piglin drops, first we have to farm gold. So I have to build a gold farm, and then I have to build a piglin bartering farm, and that's just to get blackstone. Then I have to build a farm to get nether wart, because that's how you get red nether bricks. And I have to more efficiently farm dark oak, because this right here with these two spots and this one that, well, actually it's this one right here that refuses to grow, I'm gonna need some automation here. And there, well, with trees I believe it's more semi automatic farming. So we're going to have to build some farms, but that's fun. That's what we're going to do, is have fun and build farms, and then we'll build the ship. So we're looking at probably October or even November before I finish this ship. We'll see. And I'm not even going to be able to get started on it until I get all the materials. But today, we're going to start on the beginnings of the gold farm. So let's do that. Now, a gold farm is made by here's the nether wart we need. We need to farm it way more than this, though. We're going to need fields of it. And there's no way to do it automatically. You can harvest it with a mechanism, but you have to plant it manually. There's no game in the there's no mechanism in the game that does it for you like we have with the villager guys, you know, up here doing their carrot stuff, which is probably full. Yes, that is quite full. So let's go to the Nether, because that's where you farm gold. Now there are some gold farms that are super highly efficient, and some that exploit the mechanics of Nether and the overworld. And there are some that are just quick and dirty, and there's some that are in between. We're going to do kind of an in-between one, because it's going to give us more gold than we'll ever need. But it's not going to be really taxing to build either. You'll see. I am going to need these. Part of the gold farm is we need magma blocks, and I already mined all these. Actually, let's leave them for now. We'll come back later. I got my gold hat on already. My sneaky piglin disguise. So, the way I'm going to farm gold is actually, I'm going to go somewhere we haven't been yet. And it's up here. I already cleared a path to it. As you can see, I died a few weeks ago. It's a piglin bastion. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that anymore. I marked several bastions, as you can see. Because I wanted to get some stuff that's only available in bastions. Anyway, this little floating island afforded me a fairly easy way to get up to the ceiling of the Nether, which is where we need to go. I'm going to build a gold farm sort of over the middle of this lake. If I can. Depends on what biome it is. It needs to be in another waste biome, I believe. But we need to get on the roof. Now, we need to notate our coordinates, so I took a screenshot. I'm also just gonna type them Z39, or you know what, I'm doing X255, Z39, do that. Then later I can just, you know, see what I typed, because we're gonna need that. The way to get on the Nether roof is actually kind of an exploit. A glitch, whatever you want to call it. You want to find, well, you know what, let me get back down here and explain it first. What you want to do is find the highest point of Bedrock. Now, this isn't how Bedrock looks in the vanilla game. I have a thing that makes it look like this because I think this looks better. but still within the theme of the game itself. The theme of the game, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean. So yeah, you want to find the highest point, which is Y127. Now, if you look at the target block, which is at the bottom right, the bottom right section of text. At the top line, it says targeted block 255, 127, 39. 127 is the highest that a block of bedrock can be in the Nether. And as you know, you can't break bedrock. So what you have to do is you have to find bedrock that's as high up as you can without anything under it. And since nothing can be higher than that, you know nothing is over it. Then you take an ender pearl and you just kind of look right about here and you throw it. And if that doesn't work, you throw it again. Well, okay. Let's do this. Because I only have 2 left, and I don't want to have to go back. That's not what I want. Let's switch to the axe. There we go. Well, I was hoping it would put me over it. Okay. All right, we're gonna have to go back and get more ender pearls. That's fine though. I was sure 12 would be enough. I was wrong. Fortunately, I know where some are. Just barely missed him. Actually, that island right there that you can see, that's where I mined all the endstone. And with Bobby Mod, we can actually see the outer islands, which I think is pretty cool. You know what? Let's just take a bunch. Let's make sure there's no heads. I'm sure I checked last time, but I haven't been on in a few weeks, so it won't hurt. All right, we got our ender pearls. Yep, that end gate goes to that end island. It's interesting that's the only one you can see right there. Okay. Now let's go back. Actually, there's another thing we can do too. We'll try it as a backup. I know. It's like I'm like opening the fridge to see if there's something new I want to eat. I need rails, and I was sure I had rails in here. Oh, they're in my redstone. I just need one rail, and I need a mine cart that's not a mine cart with a hopper. In fact, that's what we'll try. Instead of the ender pearls, we'll just try that. I don't know why I came up here. And I may have to revisit getting on the roof because I haven't had to do it in years, because on my world I've been playing on, you break through it once and you're good. You don't have to break through it again, so the last time I did it was years ago. So it's entirely possible that I'm remembering how to do it wrong, or that something's been patched that I'm not aware of, though typically I tend to stay aware of things like that. But there is so much new stuff you can't possibly hope to keep up with it all. I don't know if this spot's gonna work for what I want to do. Well, let's try the ender pearls. I need a spot where I have a side-by-side area like the one I'm standing in. All right, hold on. Let me check something. Okay. I know what the problem is now. I forgot a very, very simple piece of it. We need a ladder. That's why it's not working. No, I don't think I have any ladders in here, but we'll check. No. I'm not one to keep ladders in my ender chest, but it wouldn't hurt to look there either, so I did. Watch out for the hoglin stuff. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, they certainly pack a punch. Alright, so I'm probably not going to need this, but we'll keep it just in case. Let's heal up. I think they're in here, if I have any. I don't think I'd put them in there. Well, that's alright. There, got some ladders now. We only need one stick. I don't know why I keep coming up here, but I tell you what we will do while we're up here. We'll get some more rock. All right. This thing is actually fairly difficult to see against the backdrop of all the other crimson forest around. I'm thinking I may have to go further though. I have a feeling that this lava lake area is crimson forest biome, not nether waste. I'll have to look up and see whether that matters. The reason I want to put over a lava lake is because I don't want anything else to be able to spawn, but we're going to be so high up that that won't really matter anyway. But still, just doing that is still a good idea. There, we made it. We're on the nether roof. Yay us. All we needed was a ladder. All right. Let's remember this spot by doing 255, 39. Okay, so that's the spot. That's the block we will be able to break with this glitch thing. So let's get the things we need to do that. Actually, first, let's come over here. We'll just pick a spot. Before we do anything else. I'm putting trapdoors on it because, believe it or not, stuff can spawn up here if you place a block. It can't spawn on the bedrock, but if you place anything else that's a full block, it can spawn. So we could just have a ghast spawn here on top of the nether portal. So that's how we'll get back out. I'm actually curious. Where is this going to take me? Oh my. That's what the game does. If you're really high up, it'll just put another portal hanging in the air. It used to have, at least I think it used to have netherrack around it too. Well, this is not a good spot, so I mean, it'll do for now. But this isn't going to stay this way. We will have another portal somewhere else that we'll use for nether roof access. All right. So, I want to see what direction I'm facing. Okay, I face that way. I'm looking at our entrance back in. So, what we need to do is get our stuff. We need that and that. Don't need an axe right now. Probably won't need rockets. Okay. Oh, wait, actually, I should have made more pistons. Because we might need more. Oh well. So we put that there. Put that there. We put that there. And that there. and that there. Okay. So why am I doing this? What's going on here? Well, it's quite simple, really. We're gonna take advantage of an exploit in the game where a block is gonna be updated by a piston. And in Minecraft, update basically means something changes. But we're going to do it in such a way that happens so fast and does a thing that the game can't quite keep up with. So it allows us to break Bedrock even though we shouldn't be able to. It's not really quite like that, but for our purposes, that explanation is suitable. I don't think anyone would argue that it's not pretty much the right idea. If you want a more technical explanation of that, there are plenty of redstone experts out there who have numerous tutorials on this sort of thing, and explanations. So that is an in-depth of an explanation as you'll get from me. So anyway, what we're going to do is, you've seen before, which I'll demonstrate here again, when you have a trapdoor like that and you go like that, it puts you in this position, this, you know, silly swimming, flying position. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the lever, okay, and then we're gonna get under this thing, and it's gonna push us down, and then we're going to try to put a piston on this block as the TNT explodes. The redstone signal from the lever will activate that piston, but it will also, just before the TNT blows up this netherrack, the signal will shoot over to the piston I have in my hand. Let me explain that better. We flick the lever. That activates a redstone signal that is held in this block, which will ignite the TNT. The TNT will explode. The second it explodes, we will be under here, safe. This trapdoor, believe it or not, will keep us safe. It will also put us in the position we need to be to spam the place button to put the piston here in such a way that it's facing down, and we'll place it just as the TNT explodes, which will happen just before the signal gets cut off, because the exploding TNT will blow this block up, but it will blow it up in the minute second after we place the piston. So lever activates this, or lever turns this block into a redstone signal, which ignites the TNT. When the TNT ignites, it blows up, but in the split second before this block blows up, we're going to place the piston up against this block. It will get the redstone signal. It will push the piston under it down along with the explosion, even though that's not a thing that can happen. It's going to happen. And that is what will break the piston. I mean, the bedrock under the piston here. I've never gotten this on the first try. That's why I said I wish I brought more pistons. But we're going to give it a shot. Oh, crap. I didn't do it. Okay. Oh, but it didn't blow up my piston. We got lucky. Okay. Blew up my lever, though. Or maybe it didn't. Maybe I picked up my lever. Blew up my trap door. Okay. Wait. You don't go there. All right. Okay, that definitely didn't work. how about that? It worked. And we have a piglin friend down there. Let's kill him. So, we now have access to the nether roof. Though technically we actually didn't need to make a hole here, because once we got up here we can just enter and exit through another portal whenever we want. But still, it's nice to have just in case you need it. Typically what I'll do is I'll put like a torch or something to let me know, hey, this is where it's at in case I get lost. But with the dime map and everything, that's not really a real fear anymore. But we can still actually, I'm not gonna do that because I think fire won't stop some things from spawning. Normally I put a torch. That's okay. The nether portal will give it away. So yeah, we broke the bedrock, which is impossible, but nothing's impossible here on the unbelievable Minecrafting server. So, good job. The next thing to do, let's clean out our heart bar, is we need to place another schematic. But we need to figure out where we want to place it first. And this will be the gold farm schematic. Now this gold farm I did build before. Okay, so we want to go north. Okay. This schematic is actually a schematic of the farm I built. I just decided to build it again. I didn't design it. I don't remember who I got it from, but it's a pretty standard design. It's well known. I don't feel like me failing to credit is really a thievery here. So I want to go more east, almost southeast. How's this? More southwest. Apparently where I want to go. Oh, I have a tunnel there. Apparently where I want to be is actually more just a few steps in front of here. Okay. I actually want to do this. Just so I have some, because this, I mean, from far away, you'd never see that hole. I want to have some visual cue, like just even what side of the portal is it on. So where were we? Was it right about here? Yep, this is still a crimson forest. Let's... Okay, the J map doesn't want to show me the biomes when I'm on the roof. It'll still tell me with my cursor, but it'll be easier to just see them. There. No, it still doesn't want. Well, that's just odd. Let's go lower and see if that helps. We'll go lower still. I thought I saw a hoglin on a tree. I didn't think they could spawn on them. Maybe I didn't. Okay, that'll do. I just had to adjust the chunk. So I want nether wastes. So that will be over this way. I think this is soul sand. Yeah, soul sand. That's nether waste. That's nether waste. That's crimson forest. So if I go to X, we'll say X160 Z75. In case I forget it, it will be in the chat log. Where's my little entrance? It's hard to see. Which is, you know, as we've said before, the whole point of the nether is supposed to be hard. Okay. What do we say? 160, 75. So that's the wrong way for Z. $160, 75. So about here. Oops. Right about here. Okay. Right about here is where. Now you can't nothing spawns up here unless you have a full block, and nothing else is up here except for some reason mushrooms can grow up here. I've always thought that was interesting. Anyway. Is it just wait. I haven't tasted one of these in a while. Hold on. Oh goodness. Giving me I don't know how to get rid of the white rectangle every time I get it. By accident, it stays until I reload the game. Oh well. Oh, is this why? There we go. So I want to move it. And the way you do that, I think, is yeah, like that. And then actually I think I want it kind of centered on here. Sorry about the white rectangle. I really don't know how to get rid of it. It doesn't have to be exactly centered on that spot. I just want it kind of close. That looks close enough to me, I think. Yep, okay. So now we'll do this. There we go. And that's what the gold farm will look like. Gee, let's check something real quick. I found the thing that tells me how to make it go away. I just need to figure out how to get there. Okay, I did want it locked, so that's good. But as you can see, this one's way less labor intensive. I already have all the magna blocks we need, and then the glass will come very quickly. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just exit and go back in. And that will get rid of it. Because I can't remember how to get back into the menu where I accidentally placed it. At least I know how to remove it if I just remember how to get to the menu. We'll figure it out next time. Or hopefully we won't ever press it again. That would be even better. Lightmatic is a wonderful tool. I just haven't used it enough to know some of the, you know, finer points of navigating it. Here we go. So, as I was saying, let's take a closer look at it. So down here is our storage system. It will have the same item sorter, Impulse SV's item sorter that we use for pretty much everything. It will sort all the gold into these chests. We'll also get rotten flesh out of it, which it will dispose into this lava, though we have the option to save the the rotten flesh if we want, by attaching a lever to this dropper here. And of course that could make it back up over here. There are better ways to get rotten flesh which we can exploit. The only reason you'd want it is for trading with priests, or clerics rather. Anyway, the way it works is you have to AFK way up here, and then you're so high above the nether that nothing can spawn below the bedrock. It can only spawn on the magma cubes, and since we're in the nether waste, I said magma cubes, I meant magma blocks. Magma cubes are nether slime, basically. It'll hop around and try to magma cube you, I guess. Anyway, the only thing that can spawn on each of these layers of magma cube will be zombified piglins. And what they'll do is, you can see there's an egg right there. That's a turtle egg. For some reason, zombies and zombified piglins, and really anything that's undead, they hate turtle eggs. And so they will run to this turtle egg, but then they will fall down this shaft instead. All the way down here. And they will land on these hoppers, which the fall, since it's more than 23 blocks, the fall will kill them. Now, zombified piglins have a chance when they die of dropping a gold nugget or rotten flesh. Now, humorously, they can also drop feathers, because some of them will spawn as chicken jockeys. There will be a zombified piglin or a zombified piglin baby on a chicken, and when that falls, you can get feathers and chicken into your system, but that will be destroyed by the lava, just like the rotten flesh. The nuggets will collect in the chests behind me. We will then use that crafting table to turn them into gold bars, and then gold blocks for more storage. We will build over here, where I'm walking backwards, our bartering, our piglin bartering area. We'll have probably at least 10 piglins. There are super efficient ones that cram all the piglins into one spot. I'm not going to build those. I'm going to build the one I built before that I know how to build. And basically you just drop gold bars into the system, and they're fed automatically to the piglins, who then drop their trades, which you can then sort, again with the same item sorter we always use. And they can drop blackstone, which is the whole reason we're building this, really. Well, we're building it for all their drops, but we need tons of blackstone for the ship. And they also drop gravel, which is great for concrete. And they also drop a bunch of other things. I think leather, so it's a great source for leather. They drop string. They drop different potions. I forget which ones. They can also drop soul speed, or swift. Yeah, soul speed. The enchantment that lets you run fast on soul sand. Oh, and they drop obsidian, and I think they might drop cryo obsidian as well. And there might be a couple other things I'm missing. Anyway, they have numerous drops that will be useful to us, but for the present time, the most useful to us will be the blackstone, which we can turn into blackstone bricks. But first we have to build the gold farm so we have gold to trade with them. I'm not going to do that today. I just wanted to get on the nether roof and kind of show you what the idea was. Let's see, I've been recording a little over an hour, so I'm going to wrap this up here shortly. But that's the plan to build this gold farm, and we'll go from there. I've taken a lot of inspiration from playing the last last couple weeks in my free time with me going to the beach soon. I've been playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the pirate themed Assassin's Creed, and when I go to the beach I like to sit on the sand and read books about pirates. And being that I am a captain, you know, and I built this ship before, I'm really looking forward to building it again, and this time instead of just building it, actually living in it for a few years. That's another reason I want it to be so big, so we have room to grow. All good things to look forward to. After we build the ship, we'll likely go ahead and build the villager tower or the cactus farm that I mentioned like over a month ago. Still collecting Attila's eggs. We have so many projects to do, and I'm just taking my time on them, really enjoying this world. I'm gonna put all my stuff away. Oops. Really don't need that many ender pearls. Goodness. We'll just let them despawn. I do want to take a couple of these. Actually, I just need one. I always like to keep a flint and steel by my nether portals, especially nether side, just in case I get trapped. Oops. Now, when we find a more appropriate place to put a nether portal, in fact, what I might do kind of halfway between there and here might be a better place to put the nether portal on the roof, and then we can actually have it on our island instead of in the sky above the water off the coast of our island. Because the whole point of this is not have to go the long way, just take a shortcut. But anyway, I like to have one of these around just in case. You never know when you might end up needing to relight this thing. I try to make everything spawn proof, but you know, it's easy to miss a block. Don't worry, things can't spawn on trapdoors. We're good here. So yeah, we'll probably move that. Like, let's see. It's there, so we'll move it. Oh, hey, piglins. We'll move it like probably like over this way a little bit. And then we'll be closer to our farm without interfering with the other portal to our base. Which actually we can get rid of once we move on to the ship. Yeah. Look at how cute and evil he is. Have a nice trip. See you next fall. Ha ha. I don't like crossbows. I was gonna donkey punch him. Oh well. I missed. With the dragon's horns, it looks kind of like he's riding the head a little more than. Yeah, almost picked those up by accident. So yeah, let's go back up here. It's another nice thing once we get over here. Once we're living on our ship, we won't have to fly through trapdoors and water every time we want to enter or exit. Now we will have to do much more spawn proofing than normal on that because it's not on the Mushroom Island, so hostile things can spawn on it. So that is a concern. But as you can see, we are slowly but surely making more progress towards our stated goals, and even some of our unstated ones. And I am rather happy with how that turned out over there. So, anyway, you know what this means. Time for me to go. I really match this building, don't I? I am going to call it here for the day. I've had fun hanging out with you. And I hope you've enjoyed it too. Next time you see me, the gold farm will hopefully be a little more completed, if not entirely completed. I still have to get turtle eggs, which is a whole thing into itself. I might try that on camera and film it, because I'm certain hilarity will ensue, because I haven't messed with turtles in a long time, and I need an egg for every layer. So I don't remember how many layers this thing is, but I'm thinking I need 8 or 10. So yeah, that'll be fun. But anyway, I thank you for watching. And I'll catch you later. You've been wonderful. I've been Captain Incredulous. See ya.